Hi, I'm Pastor Billy Eccles-Richter of Grace Avenue United Methodist Church in Frisco, Texas, and you've tuned into Exploring Gratitude, a bi-weekly broadcast where we discuss how gratitude can change our lives and change our world. Well, today I've come and I am in my sweater and my scarf, and so that means that the season must have changed. And in Texas, of course, we don't go from summer to autumn to winter. We just go from summer to winter. And so a few days ago it was 75 degrees here, and today it's 25 degrees. In the midst of that, it makes me think about seasons. And you know, there's a great passage of Scripture that discusses seasons in the Bible. It's Ecclesiastes 3. Maybe you know it. There's a season and a time and a purpose for everything under heaven. It says there's a time to be born and a time to die. There's a time to plant and a time to harvest. Even says things like there's a time for gathering stones and there's a time for throwing stones, a time for peace and a time for war. Talks about all of these different seasons in Ecclesiastes 3. And yet I went back and read it again this week and I noticed something very profound. It does not say that there's a time for thanksgiving and a time to withhold thanksgiving. It doesn't say there's a time for gratitude and then there's a time for ingratitude. No, instead, what I think is true is that gratitude is never, ever out of season. Now, we have a day coming up very soon that will be Thanksgiving Day, and we'll gather and give thanks on that day. And we know that we've been in a gratitude season with our church as we've been doing our recent gratitude campaign. But the reality of it is that my hope, my prayer is that going forward we will remember that every season of life, every season of the year is a time for gratitude. We can give thanks in all seasons, whether that is a time in which there is abundant joy or even when there is pretty extensive grief. We still can give thanks because God is the God of all things, and that God of all things is not detached from us, but instead reaches out to us with grace and with goodness and with love. There is a time and a season for everything under heaven, but gratitude is always, always in season. I've enjoyed being with you. I hope that you've enjoyed these broadcasts, these podcasts, and I look forward to talking to you again soon on Exploring Gratitude.